Hey Hunter, what are you doing?
I was just playing some games.
Playing some games? We're
Yeah.
supposed to be going to the gala. Aren't you going to the gala?
Oh. Uh.
Yeah, it's gala time. I need you to get ready. You got a
Okay.
shirt? I need you to put a shirt on.
Okay, I'll go do that.
Yeah, that shirt's not gonna work. Okay, got a shirt. Ready?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you look nice, but we're going to the gala. Remember the gala last year? You got all
Yeah, where I wore a
dusted
cape.
up. Sorry?
Yeah, where I
Yeah,
wore a cape.
but you wore a nice suit and a cape. So I need you to kind of get dressed up. It's a nice shirt. Can you put a tie on for me?
Um.
Go get a tie.
Okay,
Hurry.
I'll go. When you said tie, you meant my big brother's headband, right?
That is the tie. That's a tie, not a headband.
Oh. Um.
Can let's wear it like a tie. Although it does look pretty good on you like that. Let's try putting it on.
Um. So just around my neck.
Um, you ever worn a tie like this before?
I think I had my grandma put one on me once.
Oh, we need to learn how to tie it then, don't we? All right, no problem. Let's do that. No problem. Let's straighten the ball out. I'll take my tie off, and we'll start from scratch. We'll learn how to tie this tie. We're going to be looking good for the gala, okay? You ready?
Oh.
We'll get my tie all squared away. There we go. Try to set this up so that this is just below your neck. Just like that. Got it? See where it stopped, where the B stopped? No, there you go. Pull it up just a little bit more, right about there, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to take the fat end and cross over the small end. There you go, perfect. What I want you to do is I want you to take it and whip it all the way around.
Big circle.
Perfect, perfect. Now what I want you to do, while you're holding the little one, take the big one and go up through the middle. Awesome, awesome.
It feels
Now,
like it would be much more useful as a headband.
you're probably right. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to take the end of the fat one and put it through that last loop you made at the top.
With this thing?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Can you get the fat one in through there?
Probably.
Through the middle. There you go. Awesome, awesome. All right, straighten up the knot a little bit. Tighten it up just a little bit. And then you can hold on to the little one while you push up on the big one so it matches up to the top of your neck. Okay? Let me see how you look. Nope, you gotta put your collar down. Collar down. You look amazing, my friend. You ready to go?
No.
Why?
So one thing that we always have.
What are you missing? What are you missing? Oh yeah,
Claps,
let's
guys.
do this thing.
G'day everyone, welcome to the 22nd annual Art of Helping Children, Big Brothers, Big Sisters at Tampa Bay. My name is Jeff Cowan and I'm going to be your auctioneer and MC all through this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in to this virtual gala. It's going to be an amazing night. If you're joining us for the very first time for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, welcome. You're in a very special place indeed. And for those of you who've been maybe here for the past 21 years, we thank you so very much for joining us. If you want to get involved, you'll see at the bottom of the screen there, bidpal.net/BBBSTB. Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Tampa Bay. You can bid, you can donate. And by the way, the silent auction is going to be closing at approximately 7:30. All right, 7:30. Here's a piece of advice. Have your bidding device in one hand and then be using a laptop or a tablet for your watching device, okay? That's really easy. Everything's going to be at the tips of your fingers no matter where you are in the internet or information superhighway that you're out there. By the way, we want you to send in your photos onto Facebook, right? Facebook Live, the chat below. Get dressed up, you know, we're best dressed. We're going to be giving away some amazing gift cards from Columbia, the restaurant down in Ybor City. We're going to be giving some beautiful gift cards to go down there and eat. So best dressed is one of them. And the other thing we're going to be doing is we want you to interact. Where are you watching from? Who's watching with you? We want all that type of information so we can give away some prizes. So stay tuned because this is going to be a star-studded event. There's no doubt about that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, star-studded indeed. We've got all sorts of wonderful hellos and Cheerios from around our Tampa Bay area. Well, right now, Levante David wants to come in and say g'day. He's a linebacker from the Buccaneers. I was doing a little tackle practice with him this afternoon. He's a bit bruised, but he looked good. Here's Levante.
This is Levante David of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I just want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's Big Brothers Big Sisters Gala. Have a great time, and I encourage you to make a donation in support of their amazing mentoring programs.
Thanks, Levante. Yeah, look, he's looking pretty good, I got to say, just considering how many hits I put in. But ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a fantastic evening. I'm looking here. Felicia's watching Pensacola. Okay, Felicia, nice to see you. Thank you so very much. Again, start those interactions. We want to see photos. People are saying, oh, how do I get dressed up? Do I get dolled up? This is a travel show. We could be going anywhere. Do you like the art in the background? This was created by the Bigs and Littles of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Tampa Bay. And so you could go get dressed up into some themed outfit as to where you might be headed or where we might be headed. But we want to hear from you, by the way, to be able to do that. Look, one of the things about Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Tampa Bay is that we've got many, many admirers and some great love out there for us. And for those of you who haven't been part of this organisation before, haven't heard about it, if you stay tuned, you're going to be hearing all about the amazing mission, the extraordinary work that they've done every year. But 2020 has been an unprecedented year. But we had a very special message coming in from none other than Miss America, Camille Schreier. Here she is.
Hey there, I'm Camille Schreier, Miss America 2020, and I wanted to thank you for supporting the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. Big Brothers Big Sisters is such an important organization that helps to defend kids' potential. So I encourage you to learn more about their mentoring programs, reach out, volunteer, and get involved. It's so important. I'm a scientist and I have loved science since I was a little girl. And I know that having people and an environment around me as a young one really helped me catapult into a successful career. And so mentorship of young ones is so, so important, and that is what Big Brothers Big Sisters can offer. So definitely support, get involved, donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to share, like, spread the word, spread the love of Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay for this broadcast. It's going to be a very snappy program. As I said, it's star-studded. But most importantly, you're going to have an opportunity to meet some big brothers and big sisters of our Tampa Bay and see the effect that's had there. As I said, the mission when it comes to Big Brothers Big Sisters is that every single youth within Tampa Bay has the opportunity to come to their full potential. And that's what this is all about. And when you hear some of these stories and you see the effect it is, because remember, this is not just for a day or a month or a year. The effect that Big Brothers Big Sisters has on these littles is lifelong lessons. Later on in the show, you'll be hearing from an amazing big sister, Cheryl, and her little sister, and the effect that's had on it, and the input that she's had with her, which is truly amazing, and you'll love it. So again, bidpal.net/BBBSTB. I'll let you know. I've been keeping my eyes on a few things. I'll let you know. For those of you who are a bit of a bourbon drinker out there, we've got a couple of really lovely ones in there, including from Maker's Mark, that's signed by the distiller, Rob Samuels. It's item number 102. Also, from the Horse Soldier, the distillery, that amazing Horse Soldier number 154 from the Green Beret, Scott Neal, has also signed that. So check that out. That was 154 and 102, so definitely go and check those out. Ladies and gentlemen, after I did the tackling practice with Levante David this afternoon, I was feeling pretty limber, let's be honest. I mean, look at this body. This doesn't just happen. So I went out, hit the gymnasium with none other than Olympian gold medalist and world-renowned gymnast, Simone Biles. Check this out.
Hi everyone at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. It's Simone Biles. I just wanted to reach out and say hi during this tough time. Hoping you all can stay strong and positive and take care of one another.
How amazing is that? Extraordinary. I don't know whether you know, but of course, I think everybody knows Simone Biles by this stage. But in 2016 in Rio, she was the equal most medalled female athlete of the Games. She won 5 medals, 4 of which were gold. And just an amazing girl, and obviously she wanted to make sure that she sent out a special hello to none other than Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. And as I said, there's many people that wanted to do that. Remember, we want you to interact. I can see Chad Mitchell is on there. Sherry, thank you very much. Ken Beatty, thank you very much. That's Case in the background. By the way, can I get some noise here on the set? I'm not by myself. That was pretty impressive, guys. I've got to say, well done. And by the way, all social distancing, but we'll have a crew here, so don't know. And as I said, we want your photos. Get your photos in there. We want to see your dress-ups. Whether you do the pajamas on the base and dress up on the top, there's an idea, or maybe you've got a couple of different outfits. Guess where we're going to go? Because this is a travel show. I mean, look at this fantastic set. You'll never know where we might end up during the course of this show. Maybe if you do, and we are going to be giving away prizes, by the way. The Columbia restaurant's been giving us some amazing prizes because this month, in fact, is September Community Harvest. And so if you go to Eat at Columbia, vote Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay. They'll give you a slip of paper to go ahead and vote, and that'll be a fantastic way. Well, speak about eating, I'm getting a bit peckish myself. And there's a gentleman that wanted to do, in fact, he's going to give us what I like to call a sneak peek into the live auction items that's coming up. Silent's going to be finishing at 7:30, but we're doing the live auction items before it. You know what? I'll just let him do the introduction. Here he is.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Chef Jeff Hilton from Fox TV's Master Chef. Fun-filled fact, I was a former big in the program. And you all here right now are supporting the program in some way. Well, here's a little bit of fun that you can have with me. Because let's support them together. This dinner that I'm putting together with my friends from Little Greek is going to really transform the entire program. It's the resources that this charity auction are able to provide kids in our community to become great young men and young women. That's something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's near and dear to your heart. So big heavy, bid hard, and bid a lot, because I totally want to cook for you a 5-course meal at Armature Works with a date to be determined. So look forward to cooking for you. Look forward to your support for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. And thanks so much for your support of the organization and hopefully this auction item.
Chef Jeff with a J, thank you so very much. So you sort of, the cat's out of the bag now, isn't it? So that's going to be one of the live auction items, and I believe it's item number 2. So if you go to your device, your bidpal.net/Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay, if you go to item number 2, in fact right now, now remember this is for 12 people, 5 courses, custom menu, and a master chef who's going to be going ahead and preparing it for you and interacting with it, of course, as well. They're going to be doing it in that amazing Armature Works kitchen, which is amazing. It's at $1,000 right now. It's an absolute bargain. Get up to $1,250. Just so you know, Courtney, you're the #1 bidder. I'm sure you're saying, don't tell anyone, Jeff. By the way, Casey Taylor, g'day. Carla T. She's been, Casey said, Johnny's with us. Well done, Johnny. G'day. How are you? Nice for you to join us as well. Jessica, Safety Harbour. Good to see you. Elisa, Sarah, I'm getting all sorts of updates. I love that. So again, get yourselves ready, guys, because we're going very shortly going to be starting what I call the main program. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for getting ready. Get those donations in. Get those biddings in, because we're going to have a fantastic night, but you're going to be learning so much. It is their major fundraiser of the year. It's our major fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay, and you'll play a crucial part in it. As I said, it's a very snappy program. We're going to have a lot of fun. But I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. By the end of the evening, you're going to see some extraordinary stories about what's happening here in our Tampa Bay. And I am in Tampa Bay. I'm a St. Pete. But hey, you know I'm about 8,000 miles away from my home. But hey, I'm in Tampa Bay. I'm in St. Pete. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, get yourselves ready, get set, because I want to show you right now is some photos of the bigs and littles of Tampa Bay in this unprecedented year of 2020. I'm going to see you in 2 minutes. Here we go. G'day everyone, welcome back. Yeah, that's how we do it. Oh, si possible, we are in Paris. Welcome to the 22nd annual Big Brothers Big Sisters of our Tampa Bay, the Art of Helping Children Gala for the 22nd year. I thank you and welcome. My name is Jeff Cowan, and I'm just going to hang on a sec. Oh, that is delicious. A little bit of bubbles. I'll tell you a little bit more about champagne, but I want you to get registered. I want you to participate tonight. Would love to see you. Obviously, like and share. By the way, that Facebook, we're suggesting in there, if you're putting in your posts, let us know who's watching, where you're watching from, and put your photos in there. Go get dressed up, get the photos in, because we're going to be giving away some amazing gift cards to the Columbia restaurant. Very generous supporter of Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay. And that's going to be voted, Casey, by correct on, and Casey's down in the streets of, how's Paris? Oui. The Naz is beautiful. Yeah, so by the way, the winner's going to be won by the most likes on the Facebook. Okay, some more in here. Very special guests through the course of the night. There's no doubt about that. What you saw there, if you've tuned in a little early, you would have seen Simone Biles, Levante David, Chef Jeff, Camille Schreier. I mean, just to name a few. We've got more coming up in the hour as well. And we want to honour our Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Year. A very much sought after award, and two very, very worthy people have received that. You will most definitely hear inspiring stories, because this is about defending the right and looking after the youth of Tampa Bay and giving them their full potential. And that's what Big Brothers Big Sisters has done. Just so you know, the little Champagne here, it's in fact a Champagne region of France, which can be officially known as Champagne. A lot of us drink perhaps what we'd consider sparkling wine, but it all tastes the same. And I'll just one more sip. Is that okay, Amy, if I have one more sip?
This is a party.
Oh, that's lovely. And I'll let you know how that goes. So I guess the next question is, where will we be off to next? Get your passports ready. Get those photos. Seriously, we want you to interact. We want you to have a fabulous time, because it is most certainly a celebration. This is the #1 fundraiser of the year for Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay. But of course, when it comes to putting something like this together, it doesn't just happen overnight. I mean, there's been a huge amount of work by the staff. Big round of applause to you guys. Give yourselves, yeah? But also, of course, the committee. And I want to now introduce you to the board chair, the lovely Kathy Wade.
Good evening, and welcome again to our most unique Art of Helping Children Gala ever. As board chair, I am honored to be part of an organization that has made such a difference in the lives of children in our community, even now. I am also proud to represent a dedicated board of directors. The members on our board are community and professional leaders who have given generously of their time, their talent, and their treasure, not only tonight, but year-round. But nothing of what we do would be possible without your individual and corporate support. So tonight, I would like to thank some of our individual and corporate sponsors. We are proud to have the Tampa Bay Rays and Rowdies Foundation as our premier level sponsor. We are grateful for their support through their Community Supports Grants program. Their investment in our Sports Buddies program and their support throughout the year has allowed us to make a big impact on our children. We are honored that the Tampa Bay Rays president, Brian Auld, is a member of our board of directors. We are proud also to feature one of our VIP level sponsors, Flowbird. Ken Beatty of Flowbird sits on our board of directors. He's a very active member, and Ken is a former Big. Another special thanks goes to Public Supermarket Charities, which has helped so many organizations like ours in the community and has been incredibly generous with their charitable giving over the years. And finally, I would like to thank Ultimate Medical Academy. Elise Lee of Ultimate Medical Academy sits on our Leadership Council. Elise has been very active on Leadership Council, and she works hard every year to recruit the most bigs from Ultimate Medical Academy, and we are so appreciative of her effort. In closing, I would like to thank you again for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Kathy. Buenos dias, everybody. Or buenas noches, everyone. G'day, it's Jeff back. We are now in Mexico. We have Mexican, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be skirting the globe through the course of the night. We want you to guess where we're heading to next. But as Kathy said, this is an unprecedented year. I mean, you don't need me to remind it of that, but I will let you know that when it comes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, the adaptation happened so quickly, and you'll be hearing very shortly from the president and CEO who'll fill you in on the amazing teamwork that went into it. And of course the bigs that had to adapt, the littles that had to adapt. But for those of you, when I keep referring to bigs and littles, we're talking about the youth of Tampa Bay and their potential being defended, and that's what this is all about. We are now going to go ahead and draw the first big winner. As I said, I wasn't kidding. You thought, come on, Jeff, you're not going to give, we are. We're going to give prizes away. So our first winner is Johnny Griffin. Thank you very much, Johnny. You are our first gift card. Round of applause, everybody. Yeah. I don't want no golf claps. I want, yeah, there we go, Josh. Now I'm talking right there. I tell you, it's hot in this sun. How's my suntan looking? I'd say pretty amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about the margarita history. It's quite interesting. 1971, an excellent year, that one. That's when a restaurateur went into a 7-Eleven and saw a Slurpee machine. That's right. And thought, you know what, Slurpees are lovely, but you know what would make it a little bit more fun? Tequila. There you go. So that's where the margarita machine, and thank goodness for him is all I can say. As I said, it's been an unprecedented year. Please go ahead and get yourself registered. You see at the bottom of the screen, bidpal.net/BBBSTB. I want to send out a very special hello. In fact, I'm going to say a very special g'day to Dina Butler, who said she liked the accent, Casey. Is that right? That is right. G'day. I know you don't often see an Aussie on a Mexican beach, but there you are. By the way, look at the waves are massive out the back. Ladies and gentlemen, a gentleman who doesn't mind a margarita himself, but a gentleman who's been steering the ship at Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay. It's my firm belief that as a trickle-down theory, this gentleman is amazing. As a president and CEO, it's Mr. Stephen Cook. Over to you, Stephen.
Jeff, thank you very, very much. And welcome everyone to our 22nd annual, and I call it historic Art of Helping Children Gala. Historic because it's virtual, historic because we have more viewers and more participants this year because we're virtual. And I want to start out by thanking all of our wonderful sponsors tonight. Kathy started highlighting some of our top sponsors, but we have many, many more. And many of these are our board members, our BIGS, Leadership Council members, and we're going to be honoring all of them by giving them one of the pictures that appears behind me that were drawn by our BIGS and Littles. And these were places that our Littles said they aspired to go to someday. And I think that epitomizes a little bit of the spirit, definitely the spirit of Big Brothers Big Sisters, where we create hopes and dreams for kids that maybe didn't have these dreams in quite the same way before. And we're opening up doors, we're opening up possibilities for them. And ideas about where they want to travel someday, I think is truly wonderful. So at this time of year, I'm asked to usually give a short State of the Agency address. And we have continued to be doing what we've been doing since 1964 in providing caring one-to-one mentors into the lives of kids in a safe way and an impactful way. In this past year, we served just under 3,000 children in our community across 8 counties that we're currently actively serving. And these ranged in age from 5 years old all the way up into young adulthood with our various mentoring programs. One of the things that we've seen since the pandemic started in March is that our matches are lasting longer. Our community-based matches are lasting just over 3 years, which is really outstanding. And our school-based matches just over 2 years. We're so proud of the volunteers in our program, and of course we're very, very proud of our Littles very much. You know, I'm going to tell a story about one of our former Little sisters named Charmel, who had a big sister named Deanna Ward. Charmel was matched when she was just 7 years old, and she started out having some difficulties with reading, so they spent a lot of time at the library and working on that. Well, fast forward, Charmel graduated not just from high school, she graduated from the University of South Florida School of Nursing. And now she is a respiratory therapist doing home health care for patients throughout Tampa Bay, helping people who are having breathing problems and so forth. Again, such a great example of someone that was inspired by her mentor, Deanna, who actually used to work for us at one time and now works for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, and is moving mountains in her own way. I'm so proud of you, Charmel. And Deanna, as you know, I've always been very proud of you. So Big Brothers Big Sisters can be called a not-for-profit organization, but truly we're more than that. We really are a social justice organization who for decades has been working for positive change and impactful change in the lives of the children that we are able to help with a caring big brother, big sister. This past summer we had the Black Lives Matter movement that was very impactful for all of us. But I'm proud to say that when we looked at how we could play a role in being more impactful in the Black community, we really said, you know, we've been doing it for decades. It's not new to us, but it's something maybe we need to give a little more focus and a little more enthusiasm maybe. Last year, over 70% of the kids that we served were African American, Hispanic, and mixed race littles. And the 700 or 800 kids on our waiting list today fall into that same category. We have over 38% of our staff who are also African American, Hispanic, and mixed race, and we're very, very proud of that and are going to focus on that for even more positive changes in the future. The changes we're talking about is more success academically, less involvement with the juvenile justice system, and greater aspirations in the workforce. Our services now start as young as ages 5 and go through age 26. In the younger categories, we have our one-to-one community-based mentoring, our school-based mentoring. In high school, we get involved in what we call school to work, where high school juniors go into the workplace and work for 2 years at a company for half a day a month, a very impactful program. When our littles graduate from high school, we now provide young adult mentoring for these graduates up until age 26 to help them through school, the military, employment, wherever they need assistance. We're there for them, and we're trying to be more and more impactful with what we do. So you're probably asking, well, what can I do to help? I'd like to help this great organization. Well, first and foremost, consider becoming a mentor yourself. You know, we are nothing without caring, wonderful volunteers who come in. And you know, most everybody will qualify. You know, we provide background checks, we provide training, and we'll help you get that way. And we have, as I said, close to 700 and 800 kids on our waiting list today. So that's one of our biggest needs, to be quite frank. But if you can't be a mentor, consider being a donor. And tonight we're providing you many wonderful opportunities, you know, to contribute. In our silent auction, where we have unbelievable things that you can buy, through our live auction, and through our Giving from the Heart campaign that'll follow after that. There's many ways you can help us out, and those are just a few examples. So now, let's watch a short video about how our agency was able to transition, you know, over into the virtual world with our mentoring services. I hope you enjoy it.
So during this stressful time of us being in a global pandemic, a lot of children are having a lot of issues with anxiety because many kids have missed their graduations, many kids have missed out on birthday parties, and all of the things that are so exciting as a kid. So that's why right now, more so than ever, we need mentorship for children.
Pues yo me acuerdo cuando empezó la pandemia inmediatamente nosotros, todo fue un switch a todo nuestro proceso va a ser virtual.
Having to go completely virtual was a huge undertaking as an organization, yet we were able to transition pretty seamlessly in a very short amount of time.
We were able to quickly, overnight, transform the entire orientation process to virtual, which has been really fantastic for our agency because now people can join our program at any time and not have to worry about going to an in-person training.
So it has affected a little bit, but we are pushing through and we are trying our best to keep going. We are still able to contact via phone, email, or text messages.
Ahora todas las entrevistas las hacemos virtualmente por videollamada, así que podemos seguir viendo a los voluntarios y a los niños y las familias.
I think it's been a challenge for everybody, and everybody is looking forward to when we can go back to meeting in person. But you know, you do what you have to do because the need is so significant, and we can't wait to serve these kids until the pandemic is over. They need our help now, and probably, you know, need our help more now even than before the pandemic because of being stuck at their homes and suffering from social isolation.
It is hard being a kid. There's a lot of changes, again, unexpected changes that no one ever thought this global pandemic would bring on. So virtual mentorship is going to be really important to make sure that kids are staying connected to someone.
So we have sent out a virtual mentoring toolkit. We have been sending out our monthly newsletters that include just different things they can do virtually, different ideas, different resources. So we've been making sure that anything they do need, we look it up and try to figure out and keep them supported as much as possible.
Our percentage of matches that close every month has gone down, which means the bigs and littles are staying together and they're staying together longer.
We are seeing our numbers growing since the start of them, which is exciting to see that we are in an upward trend to get our volunteers to join our program.
I think getting the word out and letting the greater community know that we are virtual and still providing our services is paramount in gaining more traction and success in recruiting more bigs for our children.
When I see the smiles of these kids, when I see how they're responding to their bigs, even though it's online and not in person, I'm like, yes, it's still working. We're still having an impact here, and we still need to keep this going.
Every child is one caring adult away from being a success story. So let's come together and be better together.
We cannot let this pandemic beat us. Our kids are too important, and they are waiting for us to continue to provide the support that they need now more than they ever have before. And as you saw in that video, we are continuing our services on, notwithstanding what's going on with this pandemic. It may be slowing us down, but it's not stopping us. Now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce some very special people, our Bigs and Littles of the Year. These are some outstanding folks, and I hope you enjoy the video now we're going to show that tells their story. Thank you.
My name is Adel, and I've been volunteering with Big Brothers Big Sisters for 6 years.
My name is Emily Bringer, and I've been a big sister for almost 7 years.
The first time that I realized Kevin and I were going to be a good match was the very first time that we met. He was 6 years old, very small, adorable kid. I got to his house, and there was lots of adults there, and we were, meeting and greeting and talking to each other. And he just kind of forced his way through the crowd. He understood that I was there for him.
I remember the first outing we did, we just went to the library because I really didn't know what to do. And he was so content with just doing that. I knew I had gotten someone who I was gonna get along with really well. He was easygoing like me and just like getting out of the house and experiencing new things and getting to see new places.
He takes me places, he's given me opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had without him.
She helped me with my homework sometimes. She taught me how to cook. She helped me with reading. And I learned new stuff with her.
I'm so proud of Kevin's confidence and the way he interacts and deals with other people, and just the natural compassion he has.
I truly believe that he could do anything he wants to do and anything he sets his mind to. He's so smart and so caring, and I hope that he sees himself through the same lens that I see him through.
Well, we're here for a very special part of the evening, and I want to introduce Jen Libby, our Senior VP of Program. And Jen, you're going to be introducing some very special guests that we have with us tonight.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm happy and excited to announce tonight our 2020 Big Sister of the Year, Emily Bringer, and she's here with her little brother, David, and also our Big Brother of the Year, Adel Rafai, with his little brother, Kevin.
Hey guys. You guys look really great tonight. Are you having a good time so far?
Yeah, great.
Well, very, very good. So, you've been living through this this pandemic along with the rest of us. Can you kind of tell me how you guys have been doing? Adel, do you want to start?
Well, it was definitely different at first. It was a little tough to just kind of talk over the phone and try to Zoom every once in a while when we were so used to seeing each other whenever we wanted. But, it was a good chance to, appreciate what we had and make more of an effort to talk. And with Kevin, with his grandma, she just had a lung transplant, a double lung transplant right before that pandemic happened. So we were trying to, you know, do errands for her because she wasn't allowed out of the house. So it was tough, but definitely made me appreciate the time we were able to spend together.
Well, sounds like you're doing a lot of good, a lot of good. And Emily, how about you guys?
Yeah, it was definitely very strange. You know, we're used to going out and doing a lot of fun things. And then to kind of everything just got shut down. And all of a sudden it was like, we can talk on the phone and that's about it. So it was definitely a weird transition. And we're happy that things are getting semi back to normal slowly and that we're able to get together in person and see one another. Because I know I definitely miss David. And I think he missed me.
Oh, I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure that's the case. That's great. Well, Jim, why don't you start out and present Emily and David their awards?
All right. So.
I think they're down at that end there.
Right. So, congratulations, our 2020 Big Sister of the Year, Emily Bringer. Thank you for defending the potential of your little brother, David. Hi, David. And then also, I'd like to present to David our Little Brother of the Year for 2020 award. Thank you, David. Cheers.
Congratulations. And now I have the distinct honor of presenting an award to our Big Brother of the Year, Adel, excuse me. And it does say, thank you for your defending the potential of your little brother, Kevin, which is really, really significant, especially during these days as you guys described. And then, of course, Kevin, we have an award for you. It says the 2020 Little Brother of the Year, Kevin. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay. Two little brothers this year. So
we have two
awesome.
little brothers this year, which is great. And you know, Jen, these awards are so significant when you think about it because we had close to 3,000 bigs and littles last year to select from. And the selection process was very intense, and we're so proud to have you guys represent our agency this year as our Bigs and Littles of the Year. Congratulations once again.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Opa! Congratulations, Big Brother, Big Sister of the Year. What an amazing effort, Adele and Emily. Yeah, one thing I noticed when I watched that video was not just, of course, how happy and thrilled they were, the bigs, but the littles and the look of pride, right? And the amazing pride that they had. And that's one of the, when it comes to close to 3,000 matches here in our Tampa Bay, but as Stephen shared with us, there's close to over 700, nearly 800 that are waiting the list, and we can't wait to see that. We're here, as you can see, where am I? There we go. Santorini, g'day, down there having a fish. Anything? Caught anything? No, not yet. Put some sun cream on. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, it's going to be good. Drink a little bit of ouzo here, and of course this is the homeland of another great supporter, Mr. Nick Voyevich, who has been a massive supporter when it comes to Little Greek Fresh Kitchen. We thank you, Fresh Grill, Fresh Grill. Thank you so very much. I promise I haven't had any ouzo, I promise you. But Nick, thank you so very much. He's also a big, we appreciate his help so very much when it comes to it. Little known fact about this ouzo, it's actually made from the remnants of the grapes, making the wines. And because of the high sugar content, it takes a little bit longer to kick in. So, of course, we say, be hydrated. It's important to be hydrated during a course like this, but I do recommend that you make sure you do it responsibly. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to give away another prize right now, and that's very simple. You're saying, wow, how's this happening? We're in the virtual world, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and what we're doing is we're monitoring the chat right now. There's been some fantastic chat, and we appreciate it very much. But we are now going to give a prize to none other than Keith Middlemark. Keith Middlemark, congratulations. You've received another one of those wonderful gift cards to the Columbia. Yep. Yeah, Keith. Well done, Keith. Well done. And by the way, go as you see at the bottom of the screen here, that bidpal.net/Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. Get yourself registered because we're now about to move into the live auction portion of the evening. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is the largest fundraiser of the year for our Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. And so as we go into that, every single dollar counts. So bid high, bid often, and have fun, because that's what it's all about. We want to make sure that we raise as much money as we possibly can. As Stephen shared with you earlier too, $1,500 means another match. So every time we hit that mark, whether it's a donation, whether it's a bid on a silent auction item or a live auction item, it's another match for one of those littles that's waiting in line. And we want to, of course, protect their amazing potential and fulfill their dreams and make sure it's possible. So let's go ahead right now and get into the live auction. Let's go ahead, and I would recommend this. If you have already gone ahead and registered, have your device in one hand, like thus. And of course, that way you can go ahead and start bidding. The other thing I'd recommend is you have another device that you're watching on, because if you go through onto the device, you'll notice on here on my device right there, you'll see the featured items. Now, the next 3 items that we're going to be dealing with is items number 2, number 3, and number 4. These are going to be closed separately and individually from the rest of the auction items. Item 2, item 3, and item 4. Now, when we close that item, we're going to have a sound, and I believe Dwayne is an amazing trumpeter. Dwayne, what's that sound? That one more time, Dwayne. I love that sound. Okay, yeah, and that's going to be the close of the live auction item. So get ready, get set, because we're now going to go onto the live set. Get ready for this, because we've got the very first item. Now, I'll tell you, last bid on saw on this one, because we had this open as of yesterday. Lots of people have been jumping in. Josh, what's the highest bid right now on the... $17.50. Let's get going. Let's show it on the screen, guys. I'm going to move away. See you. Opa, everybody. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the very first item. Big round of applause. You saw in the lead-up show, this is Chef Jeff Philbin. This is going to be, he's a master chef. 5th place, fan favourite, 5-course dinner with wine pairing, personalised menu. We're going to close this in a minute, everybody. It's going to be different from what you'd have in a live auction on-site event. In about a minute's time, we're going to close this. It's going to be a countdown, so you've got to get your bids in. I will tell you right now, we're going to get a history right now. Christopher and Jennifer are up right now. Michael, he is second. He's second in line right now. And so make sure you put in your maximum bid. And I will say this, if you're at the top of the list of the bidders, you can put in your maximum bids. By the way, there's Nick right there. Thank you very much again for your support. There's Nick and his little brother, and then of course is Jeff and his little brother, which is fantastic. By the way, let's go back to the slide of exactly what's included here. 5-course dinner with wine pairing, personalised menu. We're still at $17.50. Let me know if that goes up. I'm looking for the next bid up's at $2,000. Personalised menu, Amateur Works, Show and Tell Kitchen, sponsored by Nick and the Little Greek Fresh Grill. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at $17.50. We're going to be closing this in about 30-second time. Hit that button, it'll get it up to $2,000. Who's going to give us $2,000 right now? As I said, every single dollar counts if we can get this up for $2,000. Remember, we're talking, there'll be a few seconds delay between me saying it's closed and you getting it onto your device saying it's closed. So make sure you get your bid in high and get it often. And as quickly as we can have that receipt, we can make sure that and we will, of course, once it's closed, we'll make sure there's official adjudication, because who knows? You know what it's like on eBay? Someone could jump into the very final end. I'm at $17.50 right now. I'm looking for $2,000. I got Michael in here as at second. Christopher is Courtney was in there at $1,000. Again, every single dollar counts. We're doing one more reload here, and we're going to be counting it down in just a few moments. Who's going to give me $2,000? I'd love to see this at $2,000. 5 courses, 12 people. This amazing Amateur Works Show and Tell kitchen with none other than Master Chef Jeff Philbin to be able to go ahead and create. And he's going to create that menu around you. Okay, so in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, close. That's very official. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Now we will wait for a few moments to get the official winner and notify you who is the official winner. As I said, I saw Christopher and Jennifer in there at $17.50, but we'll see if someone's jumped at the... Is that right? Yep, that's right. There you go. Thank you so very much. Big round of applause for Christopher and Jennifer Nix, who got that for $1,750. Congratulations. Well done.
You know what, Jeff? Chris is also on our Leadership Council.
Chris, you're on the Leadership Council. We thank you so very much. And that was Amy. You will hear Amy throughout the night. She's got a lovely voice. And she'll be calling out, of course, an amazing staff member at the Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay and been pivotal in putting tonight's night. So well done. All right, so we're going to continue right now with item number... So this next item, if you go ahead and hit it up on your device, it's actually item number 3, even though it's number 2, but it's item number 3. Now, this is a little different. As we said, it's a star-studded event, there's no doubt. And of course, when it comes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, we want to make sure that we have a few tricks up our sleeve. You know what? I'm going to let this person tell you about my next item. Have a look at this.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Drew Copeland from the band Sister Hazel, and I just want to let you know that when we heard that Big Brothers Big Sisters was rebuilding a mentoring program in Alachua County, we knew we wanted to help make a big impact for our hometown community here in Gainesville and in Alachua County. Big Brothers Big Sisters pairs volunteer mentors with kids facing adversity, and they have some amazing results. 99% of kids in the mentoring programs were promoted to the next grade level. 97% had no involvement with the juvenile justice system. Kids just have a greater sense of self-esteem and a greater likelihood to stay away from drugs and alcohol. And we wanted to help defend kids' potential. So we're going to be auctioning off this autographed Sister Hazel guitar right here to try to help raise some money. You can hang it up, you can play it, do whatever you want to do with it. But we're going to be auctioning this off to try to raise some good money. My understanding is that it takes about $1,500 to make and maintain a match for a year. So let's see how many matches our Hazelnut fan base and our Big Brothers Big Sisters supporters can support. Bid high and bid often to help the kids. And welcome back to Alachua County Big Brothers Big Sisters. Let's go raise some good money, all right? Have a great night.
There we go, everybody. Check that out. Sister Hazel. Now, for those of you who know memorabilia, it's quite often, celebrities, sports stars will sign 300, 400, 500, 1,000 items, right? And they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess what? This is number one. It is only one. There is only one. This is what it's been done right here. I was going to play you a tune, but I figured after Drew, it was probably not the best idea. But there you go. Now, I know that there's some hazelnuts out there in the world that are watching right now. I will let you know that this is only at $800. We're going to close this in a minute, right? In 1 minute, this is going to be closed for only $100 more. That's up to $900 because the bids are $100 increments. You'll be able to get this. I'm going to give this to my roadie right here because we're going to take care of it. The other thing I want to make sure is that whoever wins this is also going to get the file with Drew, so it's all the authenticity, because that's what it's like in the world of memorabilia these days. So again, Sister Hazel up there in Alachua County in Gainesville. Go the Gators. That's right, we're at $800 right now. I'm going to close this in about a minute. What I'm looking for is $900. I've got $800. I'm looking for $9 right now. Who's going to give me $900 out there? If you are a true Sister Hazel fan, this is your opportunity to be able to do that. They're thrilled that, of course, Big Brothers Big Sisters are moving back up into Alachua. And we've seen, of course, the effect down here in Tampa Bay. As we said, every single dollar counts. Do I have 900? I'm at 800 right now. That's an absolute song for this, no pun intended. I'll tell you that the underbidders right now are Bradley. Bradley, you better get in on that right now. I've also got Scott Berger as well, which was also an underbidder. Are you a true Sister Hazel fan? That's a big question. We've got about 30 seconds now remaining on this one. Who's going to give me $900? I'm at $800 right now. I'm looking for $900. That's all it'll take to be able to get this, and it'll be an absolute gem of an item to have. Put it up. You may want to play it. You could do so. Of course, the guitar itself is a beautiful guitar. Plays beautifully. I sung a few songs earlier for the team here. I'm at $800. We're going to be closing this in 10 seconds, guys. Hit that button right now. As we said, there's going to be a delay between me saying closed here. Yep, we got $900 now. Well done. We're at $900. Well done. We're at $900. Who's going to get me to $1,000? Right now, I've got Christopher Butler, who's in there at $900. I've got Christopher S., who's in there at $800. I'm looking for $1,000. I've got $900. We're looking for $1,000. Yeah, we've got $1,000? Yep, we got $1,000, Nick. Well done. He loves it there. He's going to be at of course, that fresh grill. Love it down there. Well done. We're at $1,000. So give me $1,100. Yep, $1,200, Christopher Butler. You are a genuine fan. I can see that. $1,200 right now. We're going to be closing it very shortly. Close out. Who can be $1,300? Who just wants to blow Christopher out of the water and give me $1,500? I would need $1,300 to continue this going. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. And we are closed. We are closed. Well done. Well done. So on my screen here now, we all know in the world of eBay, people go ahead and hit the button at the last second. There could be a couple of last second bids in there. Whoever got it for that price, that's correct? That's it. Congratulations, Christopher Butler, at $1,200 for the Sister Hazel sign. Chris is a board member. Chris, well done. You're going to love that guitar. And I believe you're quite the singer as well, Chris. So that's fantastic. You'll be able to do that. All right, we're going to go to the final item. This is item number, on your device, it's going to be item number 4. Right? Number 4 on the lineup of your device. Again, hit refresh, get it ready. Now, this is an awesome staycation. Right? One of the things I'm very aware of after my kids were home for 10 weeks at the end of last year was being able to get out of your own 4 walls. Well, this is none other for Orlando. This is for 7 days, 6 nights for 4 people, right? 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I was suggesting yesterday, you may not even see the kids. They may stay in the bedroom, they watch the TV, whatever. But you're getting 4 tickets to SeaWorld, 4 tickets to Aquatica, and this is a rediscover. Now, right now, we are at $1,000. The next increment up is at 11 or 1250 there, Josh? Because we're going to get 1250. All right, so I'm looking for 1250. Again, I'm going to give you close this in about a minute, ladies and gentlemen. 7 nights, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, the Marriott Resort or similar. All right, you got all the details there on the screen. Scheduled 14 days in advance. You got the 4 tickets to SeaWorld, 4 tickets to Aquatica. A fantastic opportunity. Who's going to give me $1,250? I'm at $1,000 right now. I'm looking for $1,250. Who's going to give me $1,250 to be able to take this away? As I said, a fantastic. You do have to use this by the end of the year, but remember, you're talking a full week stay. That is phenomenal. Not a long weekend, not a 4-day weekend. The whole thing, the 7 nights. A fantastic way to be able to take care of that. 4 tickets to SeaWorld, 4 tickets to Aquatica. We're going to be closing this now. We're at $1,000. Who's at $1,000? I'm looking for now at $1,250. Who's going to give you $1,250? Remember the 4 tickets, for goodness sake. SeaWorld tickets and Aquatica tickets right there. You've got to be close to $1,000 worth of tickets. That's phenomenal value right there, not to mention the accommodation. We're closing this now in about 10 seconds time, everybody. I'm looking for $1,250. I'll let you know that a lot of these bidding has been happening since yesterday. These have been open for 24 hours, unusually for a live auction item. And in a few moments, we'll be closing the entire silent auction. So if you've been bidding on something in the silent auction, I would continue to bid because literally in a couple of minutes we'll be closing it off. So is anyone in at $1,250?
Hey, Jeff, I just got a new bid.
You got a bid?
Yes, our CEO, Stephen Cook.
Stephen Cook is in at $1,250. Well done, Stephen. He's in at $1,250. He loves Orlando this time of year. Fantastic. So again, $1,250. Next bid up will be $1,500. I'm at $1,250 right now, looking for $1,500. I'm at $1,250. We're going to have to close this out, everyone. You ready? In the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're closed. Congratulations. We're going to get, of course, adjudication in a few seconds to see if that has absolutely been official. But well done right there. And I do want to thank a big thank you to, of course, Mary Ann and Scott Fullerton for their donation of that wonderful gift, which is fantastic, the Orlando Escape. We very much appreciate that. It's amazing. So we now have, yep, we're all good to go, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. So well done. Stephen won the getaway. Fantastic. The full week in Orlando. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close the silent auction in 1 minute from now. Remember, when you're receiving this, it could be somewhere between 20, 30 seconds difference between me saying it here and you receiving it on your device. So most certainly make sure, as soon as you heard me that warning, put in your highest bid and get ready. As we said, we've had some amazing opportunities in there. There was that incredible projector, screening up to 106. Now, I will tell you that the Bucks team ball has had the most bids on it. Thank you, Josh. That's fantastic. 38 bids on the Bucks teams ball. The JetBlue tickets, 27 bids. The inflatable kayak, which is fantastic as well. Make sure you jump in on that one. Ocean Prime dinner and wine package. I mean, right now there's probably about maybe 15 items that have no bids at all. If you go on there right now and put in the opening bid, you're going to win it. It's as simple as that. The Kids Beach Portrait, I saw that. It's fantastic value. You'll be able to get in on that. But again, we're going to be closing this in about 30 seconds now from now. We've now got a bid coming up in there. Oh, the Brodericks, the 3-litre, the double Magnum. We've got a bid in there. Yes, correct. Oh, these are the ones that have not had a bid on it. We've got a Broderick Foundation 3-litre fortuitous. 3-litre, the Jeroboam, right now opening bid of only $500. The youth goalie hockey pads, only $135, and that will get those. We've got a Family River portrait for $210. These are items that if you go ahead and put your bid, we got 10 seconds now. We got 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are closed. We are closed. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. That is wonderful, and that's what it's all about. Of course, when it comes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, we'll obviously contact you regarding the pickup and the delivery of those types of items, depending on the size of them, but we'll certainly be in contact with you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, this is their #1 fundraiser of the year. And this is an opportunity, this is the final opportunity to be able to give during the course of the night. This is where you may not have been interested in the silent auction or the live auction, but now after hearing from Stephen, seeing the awards for the Bigs of the Year and understanding how impactful this organisation is to us here in Tampa Bay, that you want to be able to give. So, as we move through this evening, we're going to be seeing exactly where your generosity is going, where your dollars are going to go. With COVID pandemic, as I said, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay adapted within 24 hours. When Florida was shutting down, they defended the potential of the youth of Florida continuing within 24 hours of Florida starting to shut down, which is absolutely remarkable. There are close to 750 littles waiting for a match. As of today, close to around 3,000 matches have already occurred, and that happens annually here in our Tampa Bay. They do a remarkable job. If you don't think you have time to be a big when it comes to Big Brothers Big Sisters, let me introduce you to Cheryl. Here she is.
My name is Cheryl, and I have 4 children that are all grown, and I have 8 grandchildren. When I was in my 20s, my grandmother got very ill with terminal cancer, and I took a break from school to care for her. And in the process of that, I realized that that was just my calling. From the time I started working in the ICU, I just loved being that person that could be there for the patient and the family to help them through that crisis. With COVID, you're dealing with the family and FaceTiming them so that they can, over the phone, say goodbye. And normally the families get to be right there and you give them that time. It's tough to do sometimes, and especially now when we're seeing 30 and 40 and 50-year-old people who were just living life and now they're not. I have many years, almost 30, of working in the ICU. I've never seen anything like this. We wear 3 masks, and from the minute we walk through the door till the time we leave, they never come off. You just have to do everything you can to protect yourself for yourself and for our families.
The first time when we went on an outing, we went to the Christmas lighting, and when we did that, I played a game, and I got to get a little stuffy that was a lion. Then, when we were looking at wolves, she asked me if I wanted a little wolf stuffy, and it was so soft.
Chloe, she was diagnosed autistic. She's just so open to love everybody.
She is very shy and she doesn't really like to speak to people, but Cheryl has given her a bit of a confidence, and